Hi guys, picture this in your mind. It is the third time that you have given feedback to your staff member and their behavior still has not changed. How frustrating. What is it about the feedback that makes an employee ignore it? Is it the feedback giver or the content of the message? I say it is both. So, how do you get your employees to listen to your feedback every single time? What are the best practices to get optimal results? Guys, that's what I plan to cover today. So let's get started. I view the process of giving feedback somewhat like preparing for an exam. If you're well prepared, then you will be a winner during showtime. This analogy may be somewhat lame, but stay with me. If you want your feedback to be effective, then some prep work is required before the showtime, just like you would prepare for an exam. So, what kind of prep work is required? Well, why would your people value your feedback and comply with your suggestions? Guys, unless they respect and admire you as a leader and believe that you are genuinely interested in seeing them grow and prosper, they will not buy into anything you say. You will not be effective without the power of influence. So you have to put an effort to build your influence and to become a leader who is admired. Admiration and influence can be attained in many ways. A leader who is admired is a warm and easygoing person, someone who is approachable. Guys, there is no set formula for becoming a warm person, but inculcating some traits will help you. First and foremost, be empathetic. Try to see things from your people's viewpoint. Try to understand them and get a good grasp of their challenges. Listen deeply. Be fully present while engaging with them. Smile, make eye contact, and in general, use a relaxed body language. Be a comfortable person so there is no strain in being with you. Get the scratchy elements and nagging habits out of your personality. Don't micromanage. Express gratitude and appreciation for your people. Develop calm demeanor and caring nature. I won't go into the details on how to earn the power of influence. You may watch my earlier video titled Leading with Influence. The link is in the description. So guys, you know that you have to do some heavyweight lifting in order to become a leader who is admired and loved. So I call this preparation phase before the showtime. Basically, in my opinion, this is an ongoing phase because leaders have to continually work to earn this capital. So now let's talk about phase 2, which I call the showtime, the time when you deliver your feedback. I use ask, tell, and ask model for giving feedback. In this approach, instead of telling the recipient what needs to be improved, ask them questions that lead them to come up with the solutions on their own. This is an empowering way to give feedback, as it allows the recipient to take ownership of the solution. Please check out my earlier video that covers this model. This model works because it allows for a bi-directional conversation. But here are few tips that you can use to make sure your people listen to you when you are delivering the feedback. Number 1, create a relaxed atmosphere. People are somewhat on edge when they are meeting their boss for receiving a real-time feedback or when they are meeting for a formal annual performance review. To ease their anxiety level and to bring them to a receptive state of mind, try to create a relaxed atmosphere. Do what works for you. You know, I often meet my direct reports in their own space, in their office or a neutral place instead of asking them to come to see me in my office. Number 2, start off by connecting with them at a personal level. Begin with a general greeting, ask them about their family or whatever is of interest to them. You need to know a little bit about them at personal level. This touch base at a personal level should not take more than 2 to 4 minutes of your time. Guys, some of these soft skills are so important to master. Their power cannot be underestimated. Friends, in one large survey, 2/3 of employees noted that leaders don't care about them at personal level. This can be a big problem, but it can be easily addressed. All it takes is being intentional about connecting with people and a willingness to listen to their personal stories. People spend a significant amount of time at work. Imagine working closely with your colleagues and not knowing that they have a mother who needs a ride to hospital for dialysis every Friday, or they have to reach home by 5 to drive their kids to soccer practice, or they have a dog that is dying. Knowing your colleagues at personal level matters because it shows that you care about them. You are genuinely interested in them. So, in summary, use 2 to 4 minutes to connect with them at personal level before you deliver your feedback. This step also takes away some of the anxiety related to receiving feedback. Number 3, be timely. Provide feedback as soon as possible after the behavior has occurred, so it is fresh in the recipient's mind. This is specifically important in healthcare environment where consequences of not giving timely feedback can be detrimental to patient care. Cargill, a Minneapolis-based food producer and distributor, is a large global company with 160,000 employees. Cargill was struggling to effectively engage and motivate their employees around the globe. So they incorporated engagement, feedback, and motivation into daily on-the-job conversations between employees and leaders. By focusing on real-time, ongoing feedback, Cargill was able to significantly improve performance and employee engagement. Number 4, be specific. Instead of giving general feedback, provide specific examples of the behavior or action that needs to be addressed. Number 5, focus on the behavior or action rather than the person. You would not have a problem with a person if they did not act or behave that way. So don't label them bad or difficult. They are difficult only because of their behavior, and if the behavior changed, then they will be okay. So make sure you separate the person from the behavior. Number 6, talk about the impact of their action. How did their action impacted the outcome? How did it impact others in the team? Number 7, be direct. Don't beat around the bush. Be courageous and speak the truth in a straightforward manner without being condescending. Number 8, be clear and concise. Use simple and direct language. Avoid using complex or technical jargons. Do not be ambiguous. Number 9, be objective. Avoid starting with I think, I feel. These statements indicate subjective opinion. Instead, you may say, I noted, I observed. Number 10, be balanced. Acknowledge their effort if they are doing something good. Positive feedback encourages the recipient and keeps them motivated. Number 11, be solution-oriented. Brainstorm together with the recipient for suggestions for improvement and work with them to develop an action plan. Number 12, show respect. Be respectful of their feelings. Never be dismissive or condescending. Absolutely avoid personal attacks or criticism. Number 13, express genuine appreciation for their work. Surely you can find something good to say. Number 14, let them know that you believe in them, you are confident of their abilities, and you expect them to show improvement. Say that, I believe in you. It is a profound statement. It gives them hope, and hope is a big motivator. Okay, so I have given you several tips to use while delivering your feedback. I call this phase 2, or showtime. Now, last but not the least is the follow-up phase. It is important to check with the individual after a few days or weeks as to the progress and if they need any further assistance from you. There is no need to set up a formal meeting for this. It can be a casual conversation, just a touch base. Guys, if you follow these principles, then your feedback will be well received, your staff will take it seriously, and they will improve. Guys, remember, giving feedback is a skill that can be developed with practice. By following these best practices, you can help your people grow and develop while strengthening your own communication and leadership skills. Friends, I believe in your abilities. You are a person of excellence. Keep pressing forward. Take charge and be victorious.